When you play pretend, you don't have to be real.
Some bears live circus lives, but this bear, he's singing with the housewives. Hello!
I'm Hunter Harder.
And I'm Papa the Bear. And welcome to the Real Housebears.
Ring, 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 ring.
Hello?
This is a collect call from the Texas Federal Prison. Will you please answer for Jen motherfucking Shaw? Do you accept the charges?
I will, yes, absolutely I will accept these charges.
Oh, hey, honey bears. It's Mama Jen, Mama Bear.
Mama
calling
Bear.
You straight from federal prison.
Girl, you look so good in orange.
Ooh, honey, I got braids on, too.
Oh, you know I love me some gin and braids.
Mm-hmm. Well, good luck on your podcast, even though I'm not going to be on the show anymore. It's not going to be as good. But hey, Mama Bear loves you.
Aloha, okay?
Mama Bear. Mama Bear.
Click. Ding.
Oh.
Who called?
That was Jen Shaw.
Jen Shaw called?
That was Jen Shaw.
Girl, I wanted to talk to her.
Well, you know, I'm her favorite. We know that ain't true. We know you're her favorite, actually.
Yeah, she has sexually harassed me so many times when I see her.
Oh, great. Now give them more things.
I'm sorry, I thought I could joke around with you.
Now in the tabloids tomorrow.
I ain't charging her.
Jen
I
Shaw.
ain't throwing any charges at her. She could sexually harass me all the time.
You know what? She can.
I love Jen Shaw. I feel bad for her.
I saw on the interwebs today that Coach Shaw was spotted searching for a home in Texas and trying for a job at some college there.
So he could be closer to his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, because visitation, I mean, and plus and the kids are graduating, so.
Yeah, I wonder if Omar, where he is in high school right now, if he's...
I think he was a junior last year, so this is his senior year, I think.
In worst case scenario, he could stay here and live with family.
Yeah. Well.
You know, things like that. Well, Salt Lake City is back. We are back. Mm-hmm. It was nice to have a week off.
Yes.
And boy, what a week it was. Because that was the week the Madonna ticket sales when it came out.
Strike a pose.
Y'all?
It's her, 600th year tour or something?
Yes.
Okay.
612.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, she's been living for quite a while.
Y'all. I have not been this excited since, probably more excited than the last tour, because this is like a 40th anniversary celebration of all of her hits.
6-hour tour.
Oh, please God. Please God. So I've been listening to nothing but Madonna.
I'm not like a huge fan of Madonna, but that one concert I went to Madonna for Rebel Heart, I loved the album after that, and that's the best concert I've ever been to.
Absolutely. And this one's going to, this will be my fifth, I think, maybe sixth. I'll have to do the math, but Madonna concert. And I just have a feeling this is going to be the best one because it's not just focused on one album. It's going to be a full, celebration tour. I cannot wait. But let me tell you.
The gays are either for it or 100% against it.
No, the gays are either, on social media, the gays are either going to the Madonna concert or they're not going to the Madonna concert. You know?
Yeah, your head almost bobbed off your
that's how they are. I mean,
They are so, angry about it. It's they're like, I'm not paying $1,000 for nosebleed seats. I'm like, they aren't even.
I did not even pay a fraction of that. Well, I paid a fraction of that. But you either are going to the concert, or you hate Madonna, or you hate her music, or you hate her ticket prices,
or you hate who she is now. And I'm just like, you guys, she has had a huge, long musical life of huge hits. That, I mean, couldn't you think that kids that are in their 20s might have finally heard a Madonna album and they're like, wow, this was really good. I want to hear what else she could do. Let those people be excited about going to the tour. Let them be excited to go to a concert. Why can't people have fun?
You know what I say? 40 years and people still talking about her.
It's true.
40 years and she is not only sold out within minutes, but even today, a week and a half after pre-sale tickets came out, she even today added more performances in the bigger cities. Mm-hmm. So that's what I say.
And I mean, she may be completely unrecognizable right now, but y'all, You guys did that to her.
Yeah.
You are the reason why she looks the way she does now, because you guys needed her to keep on pushing your gay agenda and keep pushing for disco hits to do K on the dance floor. So you guys made her that way so you guys could eat it.
Do you know what it feels like for a girl?
Meanwhile, we have a 98% hetero female audience.
Listen,
Hey, girls.
Hey, there's probably a lot of a lot of girls out there probably have they're probably the girl of the gay guys, you know,
Yeah.
like the gay girlfriend that
The
they
fruit
need.
fly, if you will.
Yes, the fruit fly, if you will, but or dead mother. I like that.
The dead
I
mother?
like having. Every gay needs a straight girlfriend.
Oh.
I think it's very important for every gay male to have a very close. Mine is Nikki DiTommaso in Vegas.
Well, we all know that mine is
Mary.
Sarah Shipe.
Yeah,
Yes,
Mary.
Absolutely 100. I agree. Every guy does need a great gal. And luckily, since moving to Salt Lake City, we've met some great gals who are doing their best to fill the voids by our number one women.
Yes, yes.
So it's been great.
Shout out to Lizzie.
And Dre.
And Dre.
And
yes.
Heather Gay.
And Heather Gay, yes.
Absolutely. So good for us for finding those.
I know.
Women.
Well, we are pretty adorable.
Yeah, I mean, and I love to treat women. I like to treat women like a lady. I like to be a gentleman.
You're so sexist. Oh my god.
No, I enjoy being a gentleman. It's fun. I try to be a gentleman to you most of the time, at least outside of the bedroom.
Gross.
With that Weekend D.
No, that's not.
Let's talk about a Weekend D. There's probably new listeners that don't know what a Weekend D is.
Let's not talk about a Weekend D, but let's talk about how handsome Justin looked in the previews for the next reunion.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Him with that 5 o'clock shadow, that silver in his beard, highlighting off his teeth. Oh, God, I can't. That next reunion, I'm going to be doing stuff.
Do I need to let you watch it alone?
I'm going to be doing stuff to myself.
I guess I'm going to have to let you watch it alone.
Pausing it at a bunch of points, you know.
Oh, my gosh.
Screenshots.
Oh, my gosh. Well, let's get into this reunion.
Oh, yeah. Well, don't we have, some hashtag Housebears famous
Actually, we
person?
have someone who is hashtag Housebears famous, sir.
Yeah. Well, it's hashtag Housebears family.
Oh, hashtag Housebears family. I love that.
Well, yeah.
So everyone's heard you talk about your favorite sister, Sarah.
Oh, of course. She's the favorite, the most beautifulest, the smartest sister that I have. And this is a test for all the other 3 sisters that I have.
Oh, I know
If
some
they
of them
hear it,
listen.
I'm sure if they're listening, then I'll hear it. I'll hear
know.
it from them.
I can't wait.
I'll get a nasty message from Lisa Watch.
I can't wait.
But this review, finally, I mean, geez, 3 years and doing the over 100 episodes, and you just now write a review?
What if she would just give us 1 star, though?
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Serious now. SLT Housebears. This one is a 5-star rating from Sparkly Canoe. Kano? Sparkly Kano.
Exclamation point.
1, 2, 3, 4. It reads, Hunter is the funniest person I've ever known, and she's known me my whole life. I love to listen to you both laugh and crack each other up, but you should really have your sister Sarah on the podcast.
I completely agree with that. I completely agree that we should have your sister Sarah on the podcast. I agree that we should have my friend Mary on the podcast. Also, my friend Paris. She's fun to talk housewives with. Maybe we'll branch into having zooming some people in.
My poor sister Sarah suffered through that black eye incident because she had to know, and she for sure thought that we would know.
And now no one will ever know.
And now no one will ever know.
No one will ever know.
But anyways, congratulations, Sarah, on being hashtag
Housebears
Housebears famous.
It's just all love from here on out.
It's official.
Yeah, and we also, I did talk about merch last time I was on here on
Yeah, I
Redbubble.
really jumped the gun, didn't I?
So I have a couple designs up, but it does take 5 days for them to review it, which I didn't know. So I'm on day 3 or 4 right now of the reviews. So literally, probably when like hear this, it might finally be available.
No, this is coming out tonight. So in the next few days.
In the next few days. Yeah.
In the next few days, we will have official merch that you can buy.
Yes.
So tell them where to check.
We are on Redbubble, and we are Real Housebears on it.
Great. Yeah. So keep checking.
If you can't find us, we will put a link as soon as we get one on our Instas and Twitters.
Some of you have been very anxious to get merch. Hey, Jill.
Hi, Jill.
Hi, baby gorgeous.
And so we're excited. We have a few things up right now and more to come. Like we don't have the him up yet, but we've got our logo in various colors and various designs.
We've got Hot Closet coming right up.
The first thing I'm doing is getting a Hot Closet t-shirt.
Hot Closet.
Hot Pockets.
Boom. That's the first thing I'm doing.
Okay.
All right, so check out our merch. We'll talk about it again at the end of the episode. We ain't gonna let you forget. We ain't gonna let you forget.
We ain't going to let you forget either that if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, you give us a 5-star rating and a cute little review, and we'll talk about it live on air.
And make you.
Hashtag Housebears famous.
I mean, you gotta finish it. If you're gonna start you better finish it, girl.
I'm sure it's gonna heat up soon.
Well, can we get to the reunion now?
Reunion, part 1.
That was a good segue. It's New York.
7 a.m.
Why isn't Andy Cohen come out to Salt Lake City? Don't we have beautiful places here to film? I bet you the girls are glad to go to New York, though.
I wonder if he has most of his setup in New York, and that's why it's always
I think
New York.
he pretty much does New York and Los Angeles, and that's kind of it. I think pretty much the West Coast people do Los Angeles, and the East Coast people do New York, I'd say.
Gotcha.
Well, we have the arrivals. Andy asks Heather, like, do you think that we can actually make some headway today? Do you think we can actually make some change? And Heather's like, well, if you're the housewife whisperer, we can.
We'll see.
I mean, it's going to take an act of the Lord.
Whitney feels like she was gaslighted the entire season, so she's excited for this.
Yeah, we've got Team Whitney and Lisa in one trailer, and what we think is Team Heather, Jen, and Meredith in another trailer.
Chief Whitney thinks it's just going to be a bunch of martyrs in the other
Martyrs and victims and martyrs. But these women showing up in a Sprinter van, I mean, come on.
That was pretty epic.
What happened in that Sprinter van is what I want to know.
The only thing they needed in addition to that was walking out with a charcuterie tray.
Hey, it's not over yet.
You know what? Oh my gosh, that's going to be the toast at the end. He's just
Yeah.
going to bring out a charcuterie tray and everyone's going to eat meat.
But the Sprinter van makes its appearance.
And then we have a flashback to the traumatic Sprinter. Why don't other cities take rides in Sprinter vans? Why is it only Salt Lake City? Is everyone else just going somewhere so close?
I think it's just because this season has definitely been full of just like close areas to go. It's always been road trips instead of flights.
Right. So when they take their seats, I immediately catch Lisa Barlow's body language. She is not happy that she's not sitting next to Andy.
And she should have been, because she talked the most this entire first part.
But you better go, Whitney Rose, for getting closest to Andy.
Yes.
That's quite
And
a promotion.
You better go, Lisa Spray Tan.
I mean, Lisa Spray Tan will go.
It's good. It looks pretty good.
She will spray tan and not apologize for it.
My God, the backdrop set.
Salt
was
Lake City
so
gets
beautiful.
the best sets of anyone.
Like, first of all, the lightly lighted mountains in the background, and then all the snow, and then the dilapidated church. Like, that was pretty epic.
I mean, that symbolism wasn't even subtle. Like, here you go. This is the perfect depiction of the cast of Salt Lake City.
Broken pews and empty aisles.
Yes, empty dreams and broken promises. Well, Jen's legal team has advised her not to show.
So she was invited.
Yes. Jen would say one thing and then make it sound like it was something else. And that seems to be a little bit of her MO.
You don't know her.
I don't. I've hung out with her socially and had a great time. That's all I know. But how did everyone feel about Jen changing her plea to guilty? And, most women thought she's going to fight it out. Even Heather told us that the first time that we saw her after Jen had charges against her, Heather was like, she's going to fight this out. It's going to last for years and years and years. And then at the end, it's going to turn out she's going to get a slap on the wrist. Yikes.
Yeah.
Not so much.
This is why I can't sleep at night. This is what keeps me up.
Well, we start off with the Meredith and Lisa rant and retaliation.
Meredith is like, I wish you a happy birthday. Like, it wasn't even personal. It was just an afterthought while I was on the show.
They are, we saw a few nice moments this season that I pointed out. Remember that one time I was like,
When she gave her a hug and stuff. Yeah.
So, and you can even tell as they're talking through this scene that there's something inside them both that misses the old times.
Oh, of course. But
I don't think they love not being friends, but I think the damage is too deep now.
yeah, and especially after they start getting a little bit closer, but then after the Arizona trip, Meredith found out Lisa had defriended her, was hiding stories from her, so Meredith is definitely just like, I'm done. Like, I tried to be soft, I tried to, like, give in.
Yeah, thought we were neutral, and then especially when Lisa tried to, Lisa will post receipts on Twitter.
Yes.
She posted receipts about when she texted Heather about her dad's
Heather Gay's dad
passing. And then she did the same thing about Meredith. And Lisa, baby, we can learn a lesson. 3 strikes, you want to be out, girl. Did Meredith come into this season getting back at Lisa? Well, we all think so.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I mean, at the beginning of this season, there just kind of wasn't any way to hide it. But Lisa had not reached out to Meredith since the reunion. That's what blows my mind.
Well, neither did Meredith, Lisa will say.
Well, but Lisa was the one who, had the childish rant.
Do you want me to cut my wrist?
Meredith does give a really good apology. She's like, I apologize for any rumors about you that I repeated. I shouldn't have said anything that I have heard.
Yeah.
And Lisa is thankful for that apology. And they dive into Lisa's rumors.
Blowjobs for everyone.
A blowjob for a courtside seat?
Blowjobs for Vita.
Now, Whitney really wants to clear up the timeline of what Meredith said and then what Whitney said in response to what
and
Meredith
the specifics
said.
of how she said. She didn't say that she started the rumors. She just started, she brought them up first.
Right. It kind of looks like Meredith went, I've heard those rumors about Lisa. And then Whitney went, yeah, girl, I've heard this and this and this and this and this and this. And Meredith's like, yeah, I've heard it too. And I've heard this also.
And it doesn't matter who started the rumor first. If it's your own conscience, clear your own conscience.
Yeah. And Whitney did. She even went, hey, Lisa, in this season.
But she tried to drag everyone else down with her, though.
Yeah. She's like, I take responsibility that I was talking crap, but so was this person.
Yeah, and that's where it gets mixed up.
But Whitney is insistent Meredith started it. Meredith is insistent that Whitney started, and we don't get any clarification whatsoever. I think it's really just a matter of semantics. On both sides,
Yeah.
While roller skating in San Diego, Lisa insinuated that Meredith was on pills. Like, what was that about?
Maybe it's a bitchy thing to say.
So Jen told Lisa, I got a little confused because Lisa originally said that Meredith and Heather had done ketamine and mushrooms, but at one point Heather points to Whitney, and it looks like they have an agreement that it was actually Whitney who had done the drugs.
Because she said it was that night that Heather locked herself in her bedroom, but Whitney was with her in that bedroom, and then they kind of smirked at each other. I don't think there was any drugs or anything. I think it's just funny. And another thing is, which gay is talking to these ladies about Kay?
She knows what Special K is. Everyone does.
What? These women don't know what
Everybody
Special K is.
Everyone knows who's...
No, they don't.
I didn't.
No, that is a gay...
If someone said offered me Special K, I wouldn't know what it was.
It's like...
I am a little bit naive.
They're just talking about how they're doing K and stuff, and I'm like, okay, which homosexual out there that's friends with these women are letting them learn about K? This isn't right. That's a gay drug. That's out on the dance floor, take a little hit, one hitter, and be done.
Well, it's getting into the straight female culture, I guess.
Listen, honey, if you're considered a housewife for doing shrooms and K and blowjobs for court seats, sign me the F up. I am already halfway there.
You are an honorary housewife. You're at least a friend of. Well, so we don't get any clear. No one really fesses up to doing Special K.
I think it's just so fun. They're just doing mushrooms and K on camera, like around, like your eyes would be dilated. Like why? And ketamine makes you all loosey goosey. Like why are you doing K?
And Lisa's like, Jen Shaw told me, call Jen Shaw right now. And I was like, how about if I do? So Meredith calls Jen Shaw right there from the reunion that she didn't show up to. And she's like, so, and Lisa screams across the room, hey, Jen, why don't you tell everybody about the ketamine and the mushrooms? And just like, no.
Unless you have hard proof, you're not going to get the truth out of that.
But you know what?
You know Jen probably said it.
Probably.
Jen's crazy.
But Lisa Barlow ain't going to miss a chance to say, oh, yeah, well, you're going to jail for lying, so who wants to listen to you?
I know who I am. I know what my character is. I'm not going to jail.
Can you think of any other housewife other than maybe Lisa Rinna, but it wouldn't be as charming? Name another housewife that would be brave enough to be like, well, at least I'm not going to jail for lying like you are.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, there's a few, Brandy Glanville, but nonetheless, I would not be as entertained by other ones saying it.
Well, during this little fight and stuff, Lisa mentions that she has lots of lawyers. I have lots of lawyers. We're like, we know you have 6.
We know, girl.
Like you brought them all up.
But Meredith is like, I just wouldn't want to have to go through all the paperwork and all the work it takes to file an FCC. And Lisa's like, don't you worry, I ain't doing that. I got lawyers to do that for me.
Meredith is great at I'm going to say something nasty, but I'm going to phrase it in a way where it comes back at me. I could phrase it in a different light to make it less.
Oh. Semantics,
yeah.
Perspective.
Yeah. She's like, I just said I wouldn't want to personally do that. I didn't say that's a bad thing. I just say I personally wouldn't want to go through the trouble.
Could they ever be friends again?
No.
No one can be certain. Meredith is like, well, at least I would like to be able to move forward respectfully and be in the same room. But I really like how Meredith was very direct about and feeling very kind of positive about it all and more talking about from here looking forward. And then Lisa's like, well, I really hate how it went down. And when you did this, Meredith, it made... And I was like, no, Lisa.
Yeah. And then,
when you pulled John into it...
Yeah, no, it's like...
I'm like, no, Lisa, we were talking about moving forward. We're not addressing... No one
trying to address it. You're not going to get anywhere. You both talked about each other's husbands. You both talked about each other's businesses. You both talked about relationships. So y'all are both in the fault. Just move.
Just move. Just move. And no one's really... everyone's tired of hearing the Meredith and Lisa. And, that happened season 2. We talked about it all through the reunion of season 2. We're done talking about it.
Well, do you think we should take a quick break before we get into this Lisa's singing sensation?
I was just going to suggest that.
Oh, in a manger, no crib or...
Yes, Lisa. Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. Bye.
Can I have a glass of water, please? I'm dying.
This is Heather Gay from The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and you're listening to the Real Housebears podcast.
And we are back.
We are back. Lisa's Barlow owes me, and especially Heather Gay, royalties.
100%. If she did become a little viral sensation with her singing.
She owes that to Heather Gay. If Heather Gay had not done this choir and had televised choir auditions, this would not be an aspect of Lisa Barlow's career.
Yeah, I mean...
Not shading her talent or her deserving her own Christmas EP. Please.
Do it.
Give me a Lisa Barlow Christmas EP.
Gimme more.
Yeah, give me Lisa Barlow covering Britney Spears. Give me it all.
Oh my gosh.
Give it to me. Lisa Barlow covering Madonna. All of it. Give it to me.
Away in a manger, no crib for his bed.
So we have our Friends of intro, and we got the Angies and Dana. Dana started talking poorly about Jen pretty much from the beginning. Did she ever?
No, she never gave her a chance.
Did she intend to?
I don't think so.
Well, they have a flashback to the first meeting, and it was pretty positive.
Well, I
But
mean, you're
Dana
nice
just
to people
did
first
not
meet.
like seeing
How she
Jen
treats
Shaw
people.
scream.
She doesn't like how she treats people.
She cannot do that. Dana cannot handle Jen Shaw screaming, and she cannot handle her cape.
That cape is big on her.
It is, and it was heavy on her shoulders. You could tell
Yes.
she was like Doctor Stranging it. She could not. She's like, quit it. No, I'm not flying away yet. I still have the reunion.
Well, I mean, she could have offered some fabric over to Angie K's outfit because
No, Angie K's costume.
costume, yeah, it looked.
She is
the
playing-
corset. The open corset made it look very costumey.
It was gorgeous,
was
but it was
pretty.
the most gorgeous costume I've ever
outfit.
seen.
It looked like she was going to a
was-
Victorian steampunk
It
show.
was the most expensive costume ever made. It was gorgeous, but it looks like she's trying out for Hercules.
I really did like Angie H's outfit. I like
Me
hers
too.
the best.
I did love it, especially in pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really did love it too. We finally get to see that scene where Dana went off on Jen Shaw. So at least justice for Dana there, because she
Let her have it.
she talked to her like Jen Shaw talks to Angie H. I
Yes.
mean, like, or Angie K or anyone for that
Anybody.
matter. Yeah, she cut her down and left Jen Shaw speechless.
I know. It's like, ooh. And I mean, you can't really say anything when you're indicted.
You can't.
Like, that's a low blow, but it's damaging.
So Angie H., what about this jazz game rumor? And Angie's like, well, I didn't say it. No, but then I feel like we did say there was a joke about it,
Yeah.
but at first there wasn't. And Angie and Whitney had talked on the phone about how Lisa was in this person's seats.
And they wondered why she had it or how she had it, but nobody's really saying, oh, yeah, I was the one that said, or I heard.
And
it
plus,
was blowjobs.
John had acted like a lunatic.
So much
Acted like a lunatic, John Barlow did.
at Angie's husband, and the security guard at the jazz game had to be called down.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
I can imagine John Barlow getting a little bit heated and defensive of his wife, but I cannot imagine him acting like a lunatic.
Well, I mean, if you're on court side, everyone sees that right away, so you just can't act any way. Or even if you're getting in a heated yelling match, you can't do that on the side court.
No, you can't. Well, Lisa is a jazz fan, though, and she's got friends on the team.
Mm-hmm.
No, you did not. You were not.
I'm just joking.
No.
It just reminded me of that movie that Kristen Wiig was in.
And imagine you.
And she was fighting with that little girl. And
No, you're thinking about Heather
insulting
Gay
each other.
saying blowjobs for courtside seats.
No,
I've heard Lisa gave a blowjob for a courtside seat.
I'm not.
Blowjobs for jazz tickets.
See, you're the one that keeps saying it. You're the one that spread that rumor, and I know it.
Well, I would do a lot less for jazz tickets. So Angie H's troll accounts. Lisa, Meredith insinuated that Lisa also had troll accounts. So don't feel so bad about what Chris did. And Lisa's like, I don't have any troll accounts, despite that accusation. And everyone is like, oh, yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do. And Lisa's like, no, I didn't.
You're making up stuff.
No, I didn't. But Lisa shuts it down. Y'all are just trying to take away from the fact of what your husband did.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's true.
Lisa doesn't play, and she's winning the reunion so far.
She's kind of winning the season. She's been winning the season because she's starting to become the fan favorite.
And there's been so much trauma that really didn't involve her too much this season.
No.
All the dark clouds she was not the core of any of those dark clouds that we know of.
Like the dark cloud at San Diego when Angie felt like she could have just co-hosted this event, this house party with Jen.
Angie should have felt like co-host. She had the right to feel like co-host. Choosing the primary bedroom, that was brave.
That was brave.
If she's known Jen Shaw, and if she has watched this show, then I'm surprised that she wasn't a little bit more like, okay,
giving
for the primary bedroom. But I still am not convinced that Jen Shaw did it
we all know that. We all know it wasn't funny.
Now, I could understand Heather kind of watching it back the second time and just like,
giggling.
Since she actually saw it, she saw how ridiculous it was and what good TV it makes.
Yeah.
And I don't think that Heather was saying, oh, I thought, well, she even said at the moment it wasn't funny, but when she watched it back, it was funny.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's Jen Shaw doing a housewife move.
That was bad bitch shit.
It was funny. So I understand what Heather was trying to say.
Yeah.
Whereas how it came across of her kind of excusing Jen's behavior.
Yeah.
So Jen did not like Angie K and Lisa communicating.
No.
They weren't allowed to text. And then Angie H is like, well, I wasn't allowed to communicate with Meredith at one point.
Goes
because of Lisa.
A million ways.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
It's a push and pull with friends on this show.
Meredith gives Angie K a really great read about trying to be on this show for 3 years.
Ooh.
But Angie K, she holds her own. She's like, oh, but I'm actually from Salt Lake City, and people around here know me.
Yeah, I know a lot of people. She's like, oh, you know people.
So don't diminish
yes, I know people.
Who I am.
Yeah.
And my right to be on this show as, an affluent member of Salt Lake City society.
But I love these housewives. As soon as they're any kind of OG housewife, they do not let the newcomers have any kind of slack or anything. It's such a mean girl mentality.
No, but I really feel like Angie K put in the work this season, and it's not even just for her rookie year, but I think she did a great job at it.
Yeah.
Whether you like her or not, that doesn't matter. But she did the work. She put in the work. It turns out that Jen was saying the same crap about Heather's businesses behind her back as she was saying about Lisa's businesses. But you know what? They're all just used to Jen's behavior. That's it. And it doesn't make it right. But it's just about the expectations that you go in with it.
She's going to have a toddler fifth row.
And, she's just being
Jen.
And it's not, I'm not saying it's okay.
No.
But people are like, I don't understand why. And that's why.
Sometimes you just have that friend that's just so stupid and fun and hard to handle, but you're friends just because you guys have just been around each other for so long.
You have more fun than those few times that it gets out of hand.
Mm-hmm.
We have all had those friends. We all get it. And we have to remember also that having a party life and a non-family life is new to Heather-ish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of this is new for her.
And her and Jen and Meredith, they built the show together.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a bond that will never go away. And then we know that Heather and Jen in particular hung out outside of the show. They were genuine friends. So the only time she probably saw Jen really flip out on her are the times we've seen on camera, which looks like pretty frequently. I sound like an apologist, but you know what? I guess it's more about perspective to me.
Quit sticking up for a criminal.
I guess I shine. Black eye.
I don't know how I got the black eye.
This flashback sequence and the 7 different stories she gives and the very contradictory answers she gives wasn't great on her, but her explaining herself finally made a lot of sense to me.
I mean, it all just boils down to her shame and humiliation.
Mm-hmm. Well, for one, she's already got a lot of stress about this book coming out and her family shaming her for that. So she's got guilt behind that because religious guilt is horrible. And now she's got the guilt of being drunk and blacking out and getting a black eye because she was so drunk. And her saying that she didn't want anybody else to write the narrative, she was meaning she wanted to find out this was an accident or not because she didn't want to be known as the girl that blacked out and got a black eye and couldn't remember how, because that her family will see that. And drinking is a no-no in the Mormon culture, y'all.
Well, not to mention, I feel very strongly that people were telling her that someone knows.
Somebody did
I
know.
feel very confident that someone was whispering in her ear. They got footage of it. That's why there was an investigation.
Or maybe they just said, well, there's footage we have to go through, maybe.
So I really,
Either way, there was an investigation that did happen, because if somebody did say there might have something that happened, well, wouldn't you want to find out rather than just being like, I blacked out and can't remember anything?
And you know what? Maybe Jen and I got wasted and she accidentally hit me in the face.
I mean, going down for a wig and her going up from grabbing the wig, hitting her in the head, elbow in the eye.
I can't say it did, but I can't say it didn't. I don't know.
One of my sisters actually got a black eye. I think it was my mom got up accidental black eye from my sister Shanna because she reached back for something and it hit her in the eye with her elbow and gave her a black eye. And it was such a big black eye, but it was such a simple hit.
Well, I just encourage people who are giving Heather a lot of hate on social media right now to just consider those moments especially those moments when you're just embarrassed and you don't know how to handle it right away, that you're put in under pressure.
I mean, you're on camera right away.
You have to just deal with it right away and you don't even know. So first of all, consider that.
I want to support Heather Gay.
Also consider what people might have been telling her.
Not everybody can be a Ramona singer and shit on the floor and just walk around and be like, yeah, I did it, with no shame at all. And do it twice on camera.
I love that.
That is disgusting.
I know.
Ramona is disgusting. She needs diapers.
Well, I've been there. One night I found out that I had a whole night in downtown Richmond, Kentucky, where I went to college. I had a whole night that I don't remember, that I almost got arrested. I got my fake ID taken away from me. Ooh. Didn't remember any of it.
So you never talk about it.
So if I had the very next day had to talk about it with a group of people and try to put it all together, I mean, who knows?
Man, you've broken a lot of rules and you've committed a lot of crimes. Like when you, in your 20s, and you went to Berlin or whatever, to that art place, and you saw...
Oh, no, that was in Chicago.
Oh, Chicago, and you saw that painting, the La
Sunday on the island of La Grande Jatte.
And he took a picture of it with his little disposable camera, and he thought he ruined the painting because of the flash, and ran out as fast as he could.
That's your favorite story.
Speed walked out of there and never returned to Chicago.
La Grande Jatte is one shade dimmer because of my flash.
I wish I was there to see that.
Maybe there's another bad Mormon in the group.
Why did Heather go to Jen Shaw first?
Well, Jen Shaw's the OG.
Well, and who else would she have gone to? She and Whitney. She just found out that she and Whitney are on a friendship.
You can't go to Meredith with something like that right away.
Not right away. You have to test the waters with Jen Shaw first, because Meredith is so, she's so logistical.
And you saw it. I mean, she's like, all right, we need to come up story. And Jen's like, all right, a spider came and laid eggs in your eyes. A spider poison bit you. You could die from that. Oh my gosh, did you go out last night without me? I mean, she was the perfect one to ask.
And then we finish off the reunion with, did it happen because of the Barbie scissor kicks?
Barbie scissor kicks?
Y'all, this is such a stupid rumor.
It's the stupidest rumor.
It's so stupid. But then it ends, and I was like, oh, you guys are ending it on, did they do it from scissor kicking each other at night? Like, because there's a lesbian fest?
And do we know if this is going to be a 2-part or a 3-part reunion? We've only heard next week, reunion part 2, where they always say out of 3 or out of 2, and they're not saying that. Am I missing it?
I think it's just 2. I think if they were doing a 3, he would have said 3.
I hope so. It's only 2.
I mean, I don't know how much they're going to stretch this out.
I think we're all pretty fatigued by a lot of the tension that has happened throughout this entire season.
Get me out of this hot closet.
Well, then let's get out of the hot closet. You know how we can get out of the hot closet? By telling everyone that if they follow us on social media, they can find us on Facebook and Instagram. We are The Real Housebears. On Twitter, we are Real Housebears. And you can email us at therealhousebears@gmail.com.
You can also watch us on Spotify and YouTube at The Real Housebears. You could also now pretty soon, any day now, buy merch on Redbubble. on Redbubble. On Redbubble. Real Housebears.
Redbubble.com. Is it like / Real Housebears?
Yes. No podcast. Just Real Housebears. And you can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. But if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, do like my sister Sarah did. Give us a 5-star rating and write a cute little review. And we will talk about you on air and make you hashtag #HousebearsFamous. Ooh.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
There we go. Me.
Are we sound checking?
We are sound checking.
Oh my God, have you seen Megan in theaters yet?
Yes,
like, oh my God,
queen.
mommy.
Yes,
mommy,
mother.
Yes, mother. Mommy, mother. I guess that's the new trend with teenagers calling Megan mother, mommy.
The gays.
The gays?
The gays are calling
I think
him.
it's the young gays.
Well.
Our mother was RuPaul. Like our generation was.
My mother was Madonna.
Ooh.